All right, Steve, you have you used a couple of words that I really liked that I grasped, and that is the shift is a gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so let's talk a little bit about that. You say that a shift is happening, that we're in a shift. Like, what are you seeing? Why do you say that?
One of the things that's I get a real unique pleasure and blessing in my job is we get to see 43 direct operational states and then another 7 in what we call agency. So in the directs, you can see exactly every order, every day, trend over trend, year over year, month over month, 3-year trend, 5-year trend, 7-year trend. So we are a big data entity, and we like that. And we can tell now we've been in a downward shift in the Western U.S. So take Seattle, Portland, NorCal, SoCal, Vegas, Colorado, Arizona, Texas. We've seen that shifting order count down 18 to 22% open orders, which that's a lead measure for us because the revenue comes 45 to 60 days later. So that's a big downward trend.
So I like to slow things down. But right, so is it because of the shift more towards iBuyers because they don't open it sooner? Is that possible?
I think...
Don't even say iBuyers. You would say in transactions in general are being done.
Yeah, we're seeing it where it expanded during 3 years ago when they were trying to scare us with all the
new
regulations that were coming out. Yeah. But now we've got up to 45 days, and now we're seeing it go shorter to more towards 20 days.
We've been open order. That's been the same open order type of thing for a year. Okay. It is definitely shorter, like you said, it's shorter.
Yeah.
But the truth is, there's just less orders now.
Okay.
People are slowing down a little bit. Total count. And look,
that's fair.
By the way, it's still a very good market. It's just a shift. It's not a drop. I mean, we remember we were all in Arizona in 08 when it stopped. Like literally, bam, you went from 50% in 3 months. It's like we're not even near that. But it is a shift. People are going, hey, we have a big influx in a lot. California was a big influx to Arizona, to Nevada, to Oregon, and to Seattle. People leaving the state of California, selling their homes and going to take their money that they made on their equities, going to other places and moving here. California. That is slowing now.
Okay, because you said was, but I would say it still is.
It's still much slower.
It's just slower.
Our California, because also rates go up a little bit. Now all of a sudden, people, the payment that they were getting out of and then getting into another one, it wasn't as attractive as it was maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. So you're going to see it shift. By the way, that's a good thing. We need it to shift. Let's be honest. We've had an awfully good market for a very long time.
Right.
10 years since 08. It's gone up for 8 to 9 of those, depending on where you live and operate. And so a shift is good. We've also had some people get sloppy in our business, right? One of my very...
What?
I know. One of my...
One of
no way.
I won't name him by name, but one of my very good partners, who's not as big as you guys, really good guy, he said, Steve, it's the only industry in the world you can go take a test for 4 days, get a C- and expect to make $1 million.
Yeah.
And that's kind of real estate, right? Sometimes, right? And the truth is now, I always say, we have the very best, you guys, some of our very best partners up here, some of the very best people, the Russell Shaw, these guys that are this good, they could do anything. Right. They can sell anything, marketing, amazing business, sales, acumen people. But you take our low of low, and they shouldn't be doing anything, right? And now this is what's going to get harder now.
Well, we believe that is the shift.
I agree.
Okay.
And I also think people who have dabbled in things and not mastered anything. We were talking before you came on air.
Yeah.
What you guys have done in the high-end market, you have a mastery now of that 500,000 plus price point in Arizona, which by the way is a $2 million plus price point in California for the same type of thing.
Right.
Is you guys have really just mastered that. Very few people have done the number of homes you've done at the level of price point you've done them. It's very rare, right? There's few guys doing 300, 400, 500 homes at 225, 250, right? Very few people doing it at 550, 545, right? So the ones that don't have a mastery, it's going to get much harder. I think you could see 25% of the realtor population out of the business by the end of 19.
Up top.
Yep.
There it is.
I think, well, I'll give you another one. I think in 20, you're going to see half.
So even though we have fewer transactions, what you're seeing is fewer transactions next year, you're actually, I think that you're forecasters are still predicting appreciation in our marketplace.
We are.
Sharon
a
said
lot of
even
pent-up demand.
2%, something like that.
Yeah, small.
Small, but still,
Weird.
that's better than the other way.
It's funny because the number seems louder coming from you. Because when we heard, we had Lawrence, someone from Lawrence Yoon's office out of NAR, Jessica, talk about how, and actually hearing him speak at the Scottsdale Association, he was saying that numbers are down, but because you handle more off-market transactions, I feel like you have a deeper look than maybe someone that's reporting on just MLS data. Because now that marketplace is getting bigger and bigger, meaning more transactions are off, so it's harder because you don't know that you're getting the full story anywhere else than here on the solution from you.
Jeff, we closed over, I think I told you, over 1,400 transactions last month in Arizona off-market. Just our 5 brands here, right?
Off-market, 1,400.
1,400 out of the, what did we close?
76? What was it?
7600?
So that's 1/5.
I mean, that's 20% that were not listed,
Right.
that were closed,
Yes.
never entered the MLS.
Because you
More
have
and
investors
more.
that are flipping, but you also have investors that are keeping. You have
Holding
investors
that are buying.
I'm
Right.
curious how many of those 1,400 then got listed on the MLS as soon as they closed.
Well, I think most of the time, we don't do double escrows in our world. We think it's
Right,
so you have
yeah.
to close it. They'll do something to it, rehab a little bit, carpet
Yeah.
paint, a little spruce, something, right?
Yep.
But the reality is, more and more the consumer's getting engaged upstream, and the MLS is not a first option for lots of people.
Well, the shift is there's new competitors because the competitor used to be your Sally
Yeah.
and Jimmy that were
They're
in the
still
local
here.
market.
You guys are
Right.
missing it.
But
Those
now
guys
we
are
got.
still here. That's the
Oh no, I've
They
been
are
there.
still here.
I noticed
They're-
that it was about 40,
Yes, it's going
4 years
away.
ago where I used to compete against
the
two
mic's
people.
not going to be able to pick us both up when we talk at the same time, no matter how much you try. They are still here in our marketplace.
That's true.
What Steve is saying is that 25% next year and 25% the year after. Like, we are on this ramp up now because those people are going to be less valued.
Well,
And you know how
because-
they're winning right now is commission, cheaper. And it's a race to cheap. And it's not necessarily the winner that gets to cheap first. It's the one that improves the experience. And so they're going to come to us for advisory things. One, on should I take this offer or should I go through the headaches that I need to get the house ready to get the number that I really need to get out of here and retire or move to the next house or whatever it is. It's about experience more, and we get so bogged down
But
into
it's certainty with
It's
the
absolutely
experience.
that's okay. You're going to have certainty scores. Trust me. Mark my words. We agents in 2 years from now, you're going to know what our certainty score is. So when I tell you whether you're going to be able to get this number if you put this much into your house, you'll be able to say, you know what, he's got a 98% certainty score from him explaining this to clients before. We're going to go with him.
See, just what you just described. I don't think technology will never replace the realtor. Realtors using technology will replace realtors. That
Right.
happens every day.
Yep.
And to Phil's point, somebody who's a sphere of influence only really good at, they'll always have a book of business. Now the problem is, as I'm already seeing, it's getting harder and smaller. And the folks that aren't very good at their sphere just kind of bump into it, those folks will be gone. And to your point, Phil, this is not a money discussion, it's a value discussion. Now you're seeing Zillow say, hey, we were a digital media company, now we just bought Lending Companies of America, now we're an iBuyer. These people are trying to integrate these solutions all being one, which will make it easy for the consumer. I'll argue, Quicken just launched Rocket Home, end of September, early October, so now they've got Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Home. People looking for homes, go to Rocket Home. Mortgage, Rocket Mortgage.
You're
Home and
saying
loan
that people
experience.
want to buy a home on the moon?
No, I'm saying what's funny now is
Yeah, it's not
you don't
funny.
have to search on Zillow.
Wow.
You don't have to search MLS. You just go Rocket Home, put in your zip code, put in an address, put in a city, and search property.
Since we're mentioning major players, and we didn't talk about this offline, but so now we have Rocket Home and we have Zillow. What about? I heard someone say that Amazon on that because you cover the East Coast said that they're entering in their marketplace. What?
Well, Amazon and Jeff Bezos is on record as saying he thinks there's too much fat in the real estate transaction, too much commission, and we would like to do something about that at Amazon. And Jeff's got a history of doing very well of taking expense out of things for the consumer.
Yes, no, he's been
He
really
just
good
acqu-
for them.
he acquired-
But he puts the consumer first
He does.
by lowering the expense of the transaction.
Well-
Unfortunately, dun dun dun, get ready, it's coming to your.
Well, here's the thing. Get ready to defend your value. Because I will argue, especially at the level you're doing price points at, you make a mistake listing a house at $500,000, it can be a $50,000 ouch to somebody.
Yes.
Right? And by the way,
Well, that's how we create value. Is by
That's- Your data will say, we generate more per square foot, we generate more per return to your sellers. This is going to become real estate used to just become a relational thing. Oh, I've known Phil for years, he's my buddy, I'm going to have him list the house. Those days are going away. And the younger generation coming up will not ask their mom and dad or their buddy who should list their house. They'll do their own research, do their own data, do their own information, and do what's best for them. And I can tell you that, because I've got 2 of them. I'm in real estate. And they're like, Dad, I love you, but I can figure out pretty much who I want to use in this marketplace and what it is.
You know why, Steve? 4 words. People believe the internet.
Correct.
If the internet tells your kids that these agents are good and do a lot of business, then they're going to believe it.
But I think that
they're going to be able to watch videos, and they're going to be able to make their decision based on interacting with their computer at home. Why do I need to call Dad anymore? I don't.
Oh, and this is the hard. Go ahead, Jefferson.
Yeah, the shift is, to me, it's real estate is just not being done the way it used to be. But agents still are now hearkening back. Do I wish that I would still win listings from my sphere? That if I don't change the way that I approach the business and give the different options, I'm not going to be part of the conversation. But they don't realize that that is happening faster and faster.
Let me ask you guys some questions. You're a little bit higher price point, right? What percentage of homes do you walk into that already have an offer on the table from an open door, an offer pad, a Zillow, Severus, etc.? What percentage?
Well, you got to remember that. So of our 500 transactions, 250 of them were done by the agents, and their average sales price is 300. So probably 30 to 40%.
I will tell you, we've tracked this now for almost 60 days in Arizona and Nevada. Over 50% of the households already have offers when the agent walks in the door. Sitting in front of them, these are my cash offers for da-da-da.
Well, I added to our listing appointment 45 days ago. So I say, has OfferPad given you an offer? I asked them straight out. So what is that price? They said that I say Zillow's price is this. Redfin now has a price.
Yeah.
Realtor.com has a price, and I wanted to say, well, who else is giving you a price on your house?
Because the difference is, it's not a price anymore. This is cash. They've got, this guy will give me this today, close in 10 days. I get this in my pocket.
Right.
See, that's it used to be we went out there to price a home. Now you're not going out there. Now you're going out there to go, can I net you more than what's in your hand today?
Yes.
And by the way, smart agents have figured out, I'm going to go partner, and smart iBuyers have figured out the agent has more influence than we do. We should create some lane where we can have partnership. There's always a lane of partnership if you have your eyes open, right?
Yes.
If agents bring these guys that back because the consumer wants it, my iBuyers that I know of, OfferPad, Open Doors, they'll pay a point back, and the agent will satisfy the consumer's request, right?
Right.
And by the way, the agent might be able to go, you know what, this is a good offer. I'm telling you, this will be difficult to net you more than this in the current environment. Be a good advisor, then you keep the client because the consumer wins. You get more consumer at bats.
And it's
So
what
how
you
do you
said
have
is
more of those conversations?
How do you have more of those conversations?
Yeah, because that's our trick, right? Is how do you get to the consumer first?
Well, the reality is, and this is the hard part, right? We have acquiesced that to other groups, right? A Zillow, where that's where you search for homes. Okay. Now, what I like,
we pushed them away, and now we're
correct. Now, what you want to say is, listen, you guys, this is a data game now. Why everybody engages F&F is you close 180,000. When the Stewart deal closes, I was telling you guys, our market share will be at 52% when that deal closes.
Congratulations.
Of residential
resale in the United States.
Yeah.
So 5.2 of every 10 homes that closes will close on our paper. Now, what you want is
That's a big hell yeah, right?
national sales manager.
Hey,
Hell yeah, right?
Then we got to get 60%.
Yeah, okay.
But here's what I will say: your guys' data you're gathering. So when you walk in a room now, you're going to be able to say, "Hey guys, listen, we've done our own data analysis of the homes that have closed at 85262 in the last 36 months, 18 months, 6 months, and 3 months, and here's what the new market of the moment is." That's something that tech has a hard time doing, right? Because they're trying to just trend it right now.
Right.
The advice and knowledge of a real estate professional, a business owner in real estate, will always be better and more accurate if you're using your data to accumulate it, right? If it's always just your opinion, you're not going to win some of it.
No, the data is where it's at.
And then your consumers, they will come to you first. Oh, the expert here, Jeff's the expert. I've gotten 10 flyers, 10 postcards, 10 calls, 10 Facebook targets. He closes 10.2% more property price per square foot, then ... Right?
I just want to share a text message that I got today at 12:05. Hi Philip, my name is Alex. I'm a local home buyer seeing if you're interested in a cash offer for your home at ... Thanks.
I get a call. I get random
You know
calls all the
Alex
time.
too?
Exactly. Wait till something sells in your area. You get another call.
Yeah.
Hey Phil, listen, I get this call. I get this call once a week. Hey Steve, listen,
You
we're
just
looking
made
for
some
off-market property. These guys just sold. We've got 5 extra buyers. Can we talk to you about your house? And I would say the same thing. Make me a cash offer. Hey, I'm a seller sometime. I'm not looking to move, but let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
The truth is, this is becoming more and more the norm. And
Agreed.
the truth is, the people like Zillow who have eyeballs are trying to figure out how do I maximize it.
It sounds like you're saying, in a summation of what we covered so far, is just that we have to be more aggressive.
Thank you for listening. Now more than ever, it is important to put the consumer first. Check us out on all major streaming platforms like SoundCloud, iTunes, Player FM, Google Play, and Stitcher. Information about one-on-one coaching or solution events, text 480-530-7972.